guys want to know how to get your defense to scream like this? Do you want to get the timing of the quarterback off like this? Maybe you want pressure like this. Maybe you want to disrupt timing of throws that creates KOs like this. What's he gonna do? That's awesome. If you want coverage that's so sticky, the only option is to throw it at your user.
First down.
Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel. Thank you guys. Today we're going to go over this Vikings 3-3 Cub install. This is going to be a mini scheme that's going to help you win games very easily. I'm not looking to do a whole bunch of high-level adjustments. This is going to be simple but extremely effective. You will have to use your brain with some of it, but the first thing that I'm going to go into is kind of the introduction into the adjustments and personnel. The first thing that I want to go over is the personnel that you have in 3-3 Cub. The reason why I love this defense is it is really good against the run. Also, it's almost symmetrical. We almost have a perfect defense, and where that's important is with kind of hiding blitzes and coverages. If you remember back to old Maddens, we had baseline, which kind of made it difficult on the offense to know, are we running a cover 2, a cover 3, a cover 4? Is it match? Are they blitzing? There's a lot of questions that the offense had to answer retroactively after the snap. 3-3 Cub is the closest thing I have to recreating that without playing with coverage shells. So the first thing from a personnel standpoint is you get 3 defensive tackles, just base. So you can run 3 defensive tackles, which again, against the run, really good. If you're running against somebody that's passing a ton, you can sub in edges at those spots. What I also love is you do get the option to run at your edges of this 3-3 Cub. You can run Mike's and Will's and Sam linebackers. So in Mutt right now, and I know right now I'm using a regs team, Mutt servers have been terrible for the past week, but I want to get this out. So here you'll notice that we have the ability to put Mike's and Will's in there, and then the user, which I think if you've ever ran 3-3-5 or 3-3 Cub, the user here, you can put safeties. So being able to put in, and even in regs, an Isaiah Simmons at this middle spot, awesome. Then you can put in the best linebacker you want on one of these edges, which in my opinion is the smart thing to do, because then you get really good coverage from those guys whenever you drop them off into coverage. And once you get your personnel down and you have the players you want in the position you want them, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to coaching adjustments. And the way you do that is you push in the right stick until you feel a click. We always go auto flip defensive play call off. Safety depth, we always go close and pinch. Occasionally, I will flip this from tight to close, but for the sake of this video, we will go with close. We're going to go cover 4, show 2 out of 3-3 Cub. I do not move any of the shells right now. Every now and then, if I want to hide or disguise things, I will flip between cover 2, cover 3, and cover 4, just to try to confuse who I'm playing. And it depends, again, what they're running. So after all of our settings are done, we're going to go into cover 4, show 2. And we're going to go ahead and play it against a inside zone first. And what you guys are going to see is, first, if the ball is run to the right, you are the cutback defender if you're using this middle guy. So if you are playing over here, you are cutback defender. If the ball is getting ran to the left, which is more than likely where the ball goes, whenever the running back is lined up on the right side, they usually hand off going left. You can hide in these pockets behind this defensive tackle or this one. You can get in the gap if you want, but you will get picked up on this block. I like to hide behind the defensive tackles just enough so that the offensive lineman isn't really looking for me. So you'll see off the snap, I get a free rush. All right, so we see how it defends the inside zone. It's going to defend your outside runs as well. Your traps are going to be the same. But again, this is bend but don't break defense. The next thing we're going to do is go into how does it defend against a pass play. So it is match coverage. So you do have to know your match principles. If you don't know it, you can shade down to take match out of it. And again, I like to hover this gap here, whatever is the side of the running back, and we're just going to drop back and find a gap. So again, it's your cover 4, it's standard. So your cover 4 defense is a really good base defense to run. However, we're going to try to create traps and illusions. So what I do love about this defense is I run this Tampa 2 a ton. So what we do from a Tampa 2 is a thing called inverted cover 3. So we will pick a pass play here. This is your cover 2. What I really like is, and you'll see this happen sometimes, this here is not a inverted cover 3. This is a cover 2 with a deep drop zone with 2 cloud flats. Where you're gonna get your inverted cover 3 is the difference between my left safety and my right. So my left safety, his job is to get to that outside third and to bail as fast as he can. Your right, he's gonna allow a hole shot right over that right cornerback that has the F on his head right now. What we don't want to happen is that chuck and a hole shot. So what we do is Y, you identify who the guy is that you want to move the zone on. So in this case, we're going to go A, which is my right safety or my strong safety. And then you're going to flick the right stick to an outside third. That gives him an outside third. This guy is responsible for any middle shots. Now, I do like that in this defense, I can still hover here and then get back as fast as I can. But what I'll frequently do is I'll hover here. As soon as this ball is snapped, I will run back to where I think there could be a potential streak, which in this case looks to be a tight end, and I will switch stick over to this guy. Now, if you're like, hey, I don't feel comfortable doing a switch stick, that's not really my cup of tea, you can hover this guy right here. That way you take away any kind of quick pop pass to the tight end. And then you can use this curl. So as soon as this ball is snapped, you're going to get to the middle of the field, and we take everything away. So one more time, we're going to LB, outside third. We're going to A, outside third, X, deep third. Now, again, I see that it looks like this could be where they shoot it. And if you're worried about the run, you can bring this hook and this against this, this is a 4x1 strong offense. You can bring this guy down into this hole to give a little bit more body in the box. So then we jump back. I mean, that's clean coverage. There's not really anywhere to go with the ball. And then a little bonus tip that I do like, if I am running cover 2 and I shift it into an inverted cover 3, something that can help you, because people will run drags left and right, you can shade this down to take those clouds into hard flats. So if you shade it down, you're going to be able to take away those drags, those quick outs, slants, but your job is still going to be to patrol this whole middle here, because this guy that's on that inside third, his job is to get back as fast as possible. And you just rally down with your user. Something I do like to run quite a bit is this Will Blitz 3, and some of the things that I'll do a little differently on this versus the rest is I do run this either with a cover 2 shell or a cover 4. The reason why is I want this to be disguised as a cover 3, still be able to run cover 3, but my opponent not know I'm running cover 3 until after the ball is snapped. Now, I do run this with the intention to stop any kind of outside passes, because you get the ability to Mabel a side of the field. So what Mabeling is, if you're unfamiliar, is where you're going to have kind of 3 levels of defense with the deep zone. In this case, we're going to go ahead and move him to a curl flat and a hard flat. If you don't move him from a curl flat, or excuse me, a seam flat to the curl flat, what you're gonna find is that they will match. This is a matching defense. So they will match to either a seam or a flat, depending on what the first 5 steps are. You can double Mabel to the other side, so you can have a 3-man rush and really take everything on the outside away. Or you can be creative and start putting things into vertical hooks. Again, you can put somebody in a seam flat. You can keep one of your outside guys in a hard flat. There's a ton that you can do here to really take away what your opponent's doing and still sending 3-man pressures and making it look as if this is the blitz, or maybe an inverted cover 3. Before I get into the last video, I wanted to say thank you guys for those of you that have made it this far. If you have learned something from this video, please like and subscribe. It's going to help this channel grow, and transparently, it helps me focus on the content that you guys want. I am going to be over on Twitch Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, where I'm going to be racing to the top 100. Currently, I'm sitting a little outside of the top 50. It would mean a lot to see you guys show up. And the last part, if you think you can block this blitz setup, comment below how you would do it. Let's have a debate. So we've went over the cover 4 show 2. We've went over the cover 2 that we then turn into an inverted cover 3 as kind of 2 defenses that I will run and mix into some of this 3-3 cub. The cover 4 base defense, bend but don't break. Not really going to give up a whole ton. However, the cover 2 that we turn into an inverted cover 3, that is a trap defense. We're looking for somebody that wants to take a shot along the sideline or maybe up the middle, where we're going to be able to make a play. The real reason this defense, in my opinion, is probably the most game-wrecking defense is because of this Mike Blitz 0, which I think it to be the absolute fastest blitz in the game when you run it the right way. So we're going to click on the Mike Blitz 0, and we're going to run it against really any pass. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, again, earlier I was showing you can hover, you can sit in a gap. For this, I'm going to sit in this gap right here. And based on this defense, I am going to fan out my defensive ends, or in this case, my linebackers, into hard flats, curl flats, or vertical hooks. Depends on what they're running on offense. This one, for instance, we're going to go ahead and put him into a hard flat, because what I want to prevent is the user running maybe a quick out route or maybe a spacing flat route to that halfback, because the ground that this safety has to cover is immense. We're talking, what, 10 yards from here, not to mention the angle that they have to get to. So with that being said, we're going to hover into this gap here, and we're going to player lock. Now, the way we player lock is we're going to hit left on the D-pad, and we're going to hit the stunt menu button, which is RB. And then here, you can move your stick around. You'll find that you cannot move at all. Now, the only thing that sucks in practice mode is you can't really showcase how quick you can get your user in by holding down on the stick, because they just simply won't snap the ball. So what I'll tell you guys in game, you're going to hold that stick down. 2 things are going to happen. 1, you're going to run into the guard, or 2, they are not going to block you, because a smart player is going to say, hey, that user's been in cover 4 or cover 2 or an inverted cover 3. I don't really need to block them. They're trying to trick my offensive line into thinking that I need to block that guy. So then they will untarget you, which gives you a free rush to the quarterback through the A gap. If that happens, you're going to feast. Now, what we do as soon as the ball is snapped doesn't change. The 2 things we can do, and I'll showcase them here. You can switch stick to the guy that is in the hard flat and take away that quick read, or you can snap up to the safety to be able to take away anything that's in the middle. For me, I like to do both. The way you're going to switch this is you're going to use your D-pad, and for the safety above, you're just going to hit up on the D-pad. If you want to go to the hard flat, you just hit left on the D-pad. You cannot use the stick if you are blitzing, but you can still switch off by using the D-pad. So I sit here in the middle, As you can see, that guy's over there. And again, when you play against somebody like a user, they're not going to throw that pass. That pass isn't getting out of their hands like this. But what we've created is numbers and leverage. So all of our leverage is right here. They have a center that's blocking, gosh, if I can get on there. They have a center that's blocking the nose tackle. The guard now has to take away the user blitzer. And then this tackle has to choose, do I give up the inside, which is the B gap in this situation, or do I give up the outside rusher? Offensive lineman always, for the most part, going to take that step down, block inside first, which then gives us the numbers to run this guy as a free blitzer. So we will run that one more time just so you guys can get a visual. Get that play out of the way. All right, so, and against zero blitz, or excuse me, an empty set, it works well, but I do like to kind of disguise things, and sometimes I'll drop these guys off into coverage. Sometimes I'll, do a couple different things that allow you to, maybe create a different look, but we'll go ahead and let them snap the ball so we can get something that's maybe a little bit more normal. But I mean, even the computer's thrown in, they're confused. That's always a good sign. All right, we'll go into like a trips tight end or a bunch. So those are two probably the most common things you'll see, is a bunch or a trips. I love whenever I see trips, or if I see something that's a bunch X nasty or bunch strong nasty here, where you are gonna get a free rusher off that left edge because there isn't anybody to block. This trips X nasty, there isn't a tight end that's going to make a block, so you can send it off the right side. Same thing with Trey Y flex and trips tight end. All of these things have one thing in common, which is exactly that they don't have an even amount of players to block without setting up, pretty extravagant blocking. So right here again, we'll drop that guy into a hard flat. I'm going to come down in this gap, which is, again, if they're running the ball, we're still going to be sitting here. Like, this is where we want to be anyways. This is our run fit. So we're going to sit in this gap, switch up to the safety. And I mean, you guys can see that thing's screaming. Maybe they get smart and they say, hey, you know what? We're going to send that running back off to the flat. You can switch over and jump down and take it away. You just got to be better than me with my user. Maybe you're worried about them doing something like this, so you say, okay, you know what? I mean, you can get really you can do as many adjustments as you want on this to find success. And you'll see, I mean, this thing screams off that edge. And again, in MUT, it's just going to get better.